This week, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz made this comment as it relates to the Democrats owning this economy. Want to play it?
We own the economy. We own the beginning of the turnaround, and we want to make sure that we continue that pace of recovery.
What I find to be interesting with that clip, finally a Democrat is not running away from the economy, who is saying, wait a minute, we've had 15 consecutive months of private sector job growth. We took over a problem that was actually in the toilet. We're owning the recovery, even though some people are saying it's too slow. Smart move by Schultz, and is she laying the groundwork for really what is going to be the narrative of the Obama campaign?
Let's hope so. Let's hope, because I have said on this show a number of times, and I say on my show all the time, that one of the biggest problems for the Democrats is figuring out a message and then sticking to the message once they have figured it out. And there are positive trends, and there have been positive trends for a very long time. And she's laying it out, and hopefully her counterparts, along with the president and others in the DNC who establish what the message is going to be, will stick to that.
It's true. I mean, look, the Democrats controlled the Congress for the first 2 years of the Obama administration. Obviously, they control the White House, still control the Senate. So it's a very obvious matter-of-fact statement. The issue, quite frankly, is whether or not the administration wants the DNC person to going out there and saying that. And the reason why I go back to this point, Roland, and we all know this, people still are hurting. We here in Washington will say, you know what, the economy is barely picking along. It's picking up. You know, it's an uptick. But people are not feeling it. And so when, in fact, people are feeling something, but their elected leaders are saying something completely different, there's that disconnect. So for her to say it, good for her.
Well, I think the disconnect was when Mitt Romney said he was unemployed. That
even as a joke.
I mean, this is a guy whose family has. That's like a Kennedy saying, "I don't have a job. I'm unemployed."
By choice. I mean, he's unemployed by choice. He's worth $100 million.
Yeah, his whole family is my point. But it shows.
If Roland got $100 million, hell yes, by choice, I'll be unemployed.
But here's the point. When we watched that debate in New Hampshire, I was waiting to see what is your answer to the unemployment. What is your game plan? And they didn't have any. What they had was attack, and that's not going to play for a very long period of time.
Interesting how people are touting how great Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann did in the debate. They say former Minnesota Governor Tim Pawlenty just flat out just blew it by not going after Mitt Romney on the health care. Were you impressed by any of the candidates this week?
It wasn't.
But let me say this. To be honest with you, we have 18 months before the election. I was not impressed. And you have to remember, this was a partisan debate. This was Republican.
Okay, obviously it's a partisan debate.
Yeah, but wait a minute. But we did not hear the give and take. All they kept talking about is how the economy was bad, And going back to your point, yes, there have been consecutive months of jobs put into the private sector. Not enough, mind you, but they weren't talking about that. And we need to hear both sides. And it's the same way, I think, with the Democratic side. We need to hear the give and take.
Robert.
But I think But before you do that, I think that the hierarchy is going to be Romney, but I think the issues that plagued him before will be the issues that plague him now.
To your point, Romney won that debate, and the reason why he won that debate is because everybody had kid gloves against him. There were no kid gloves. He came across as unscathed. Michelle Bachmann, this will shock everybody, not to a certain degree. She actually got a B+ in my mind. Here's why. The expectations were set so low for her because of that horrific performance that she did after the president's State of the Union address, looking at the camera but off to the left and the whole 9 yards. The bombastic statements that she said in the past, appearing to be erratic. However, during that candidate forum or debate or whatever you want to call it, she came across as substantive. She came across as caring. She came across as compassionate, and she also came across as reasonable.
But
a lot of her, but some of her substance, was misspoken.
I said the bar was low.
Let me say this real clear. If you go back to 2007, 2008, Senator Joe Biden won a whole lot of those debates.
Sure.
Didn't get close to the nomination. Sure. And also, then Senator Barack Obama did terrible in a lot of those debates, and he eventually was the nominee. Mm-hmm. So let's remember that.
When Michelle Bachmann comes across as you're saying substantive, unfortunately, too much of what she said was wrong. And also when Herb Cain when his stock goes up in the mix amidst those that were there, you've really got a problem.
You gotta remember, in Republicans' eyes, Romney is the one for now.
For now.
That's for now.
For now.
Anything can change between now and Election Day.
Herman Cain got a pass. Anybody that in 2011 talks about a loyalty test, look, that's what they did under the Truman administration. That led us to Joe McCarthy. And that was a terrible thing for him to suggest.
Frankly, I think you're stuck on stupid when you stand there and say President Barack Obama was raised in Kenya.
That was
that alone.
Number
Herman
two.
Cain, sit your behind down. That makes no sense.
They're trying to make him. They're trying to make him their prince.
Okay, no, they're trying to make him their Obama. Like they tried with Michael Steele. So just go ahead and say it. But it's still a stupid comment. That's somebody should say it.